And here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, a big crowd of somewhere between 55 and 60,000 for the first match in Sydney of the 1968 World Championship Series. The teams Australia and Great Britain playing here today, and already Raper working this side with Beatson here. Here's big Beatson, but loss of possession. Reynolson for Great Britain, now French. Winger Sullivan moving into dummy half, number 16. It's Watson, Clark, and number 18 is Ashcroft, the hooker. Bishop, Burwell. His winger on the far side is Ian Brook, number 3. Play 10 yards out from Australia's 25. Once again to French. Here's the ball distributor now, Bishop. And linking up with number 19. This is a great chance. Back to Bishop again. Bishop is close to the line, looking for Millwood. Millwood close. Millwood might score. He's looking for support. There's a man over there, and there's a try. No. Yes, a try has been awarded. It looked like number 19, perhaps, who scored, Haigh, the second row forward, who was standing out waiting for the pass. No, it wasn't number 19. Who was it? Let's work out who that was. But it was Millwood who was there at the last moment.
Their attack has been good.
Kick off by Millwood. Beatson to Wittenberg, his fellow front rower. So far in the match, Australia has received 6 penalties to 1, but Great Britain has won 4 scrums to 1. It's Smith, back to Jones. Here's Beatson. Beatson to Rhodes. Rhodes on halfway to Raper, or to Thornett. Thornett looking for support. Couldn't get his pass away. Smith along to Branson. Out to Coote. And a penalty, it seems. Yes, a penalty on the far side against the 2 players standing offside. The Great Britain players protesting, and they're going to lose 10 more yards. 2 minutes gone.
Well, as we said earlier, both sides are finding it difficult to follow the rulings of the referee. His rulings have been correct, there's no doubt about it, but they do get used to their own referees.
Millwood, the deeper kick this time to Thornett. Beatson, Thornett again to Wittenberg. Here's Sims, the fullback, and that's the high one to the far side. There's Brook under the ball. The ball bouncing here, danger for Great Britain. That's Greaves, and Greaves getting his pass away to the far wing to King. Play stopped. Play stopped, a penalty against Australia. That's possible there that Greaves may have obstructed the Great Britain. French caught between Coote and Wittenberg. Here's Bishop to Reynolson, to Haigh, number 19. 10 yards from halfway. Millwood using the short kick. He might get a good bounce here. Good, well played. And he's away from Smith. Again the short kick. Back in defence is Greaves, number 3. And there's the half-time hooter. And a penalty there is going to Great Britain. A penalty to Great Britain. It's well inside the 25. Kick-off for the start of the second half. Raper for Australia, just inside his 25. Smith to Wittenberg, to Branson, and a bad knock-on giving Great Britain possession. Number 17 is Shoebottom, the centre. It's Bishop. Back to the front row forward now. That's Clark going through Reynolson, the lock forward, and French, the second rower. French number 11 receiving the first pass from the dummy half. Back to Watson. Watson inside the 25, looking for support out here, but the referee's whistle has gone. He's been ruled offside as Millwood was virtually over the line.
Well, a strange decision, I thought. Gave the impression as though it could have been offside. I also thought, Norman, that he was sort of signalling as though someone was shepherding. I couldn't see how it could have occurred.
Sims takes the penalty kick and taking play to within 15 yards of halfway. Jones now for Australia. Here's Smith, Branson, and coming through fast is Coote. Coote up to halfway, breaking clean through, and Coote down towards the 25. He's got a pass in field of Greaves. Greaves going to the line, and a glorious tackle, but Coote again, and Coote is over. Ron Coote, a magnificent try for Australia, linking up with the centre, Johnny Greaves, to give Australia a lead of 13 points to 7, 2 minutes into the second half.
5 need this ball badly to see if they can get their backs moving. Their backs, particularly in defence, haven't been good today.
Here's Millwood. Millwood darting through a gap. He's going up towards the fullback, over the fullback in front. A great run by little Millwood, and nicely tackled by Sims. Pass back to Bishop. And Bishop caught by Smith, the opposing halfback. Here's French. Looking out for his forwards over here to Burwood. Burwell down over halfway. And a very solid tackle indeed by his opposing centre, Greaves. French, the ball distributor. Out to the hooker. This is Ashcroft. Haigh at dummy half. French. And a scrum for the fourth tackle. So inside the Great Britain half. It's Raper to Branson. Back to Smith. Smith clean through. Smith going to the line himself. It's going to be very close indeed. He's going, and Smith is over. Smith looking for Beatson. Bishop for Great Britain. Now to Millwood. And Millwood running brilliantly. The little kick through. He's dangerous here. His bounce will depend on this one. The ball's over the line, and it's King saving for Australia.
There's no doubt about Millwood. He's a lively little character, very similar to Bishop in all aspects of the game and in stature. He looked very dangerous then. The little kick was well placed, just didn't have the speed to get quite to it, and of course it eluded him just at the finish.
Sims taking the line drop out to Sullivan. Sullivan going for the corner. He might score. He will. Well, he's gone straight through them, taking the line drop out. He beat one tackle, a straight run to the corner, and Sullivan has scored Great Britain's second try. It's now Australia 20, Great Britain 10. The conversion attempt to come from the Great Britain fullback, Brisbane.
Well, that looked extremely simple. There's no doubt about it. It was kicked straight to Sullivan. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Sullivan in the match. And as a matter of fact, he's been far from impressive. Should be up on the player, but it was lagging, and Sullivan grabbed the opportunity and did it well.
Langland's long kick back to Risman on his own line. And Risman getting through again, going clean through the Australian team. Looking for support. Here's Bishop. Bishop up over halfway with support coming up to him. There's his pass back. There's a great chance here. As it's Burwell going for the line. Burwell caught by Sims. In touch about 10 yards out. 2,256 the official attendance. Jones. And this is the fourth tackle to Thornett. Back to Raper. To Smith. Great run here. Here's Coote in support. Coote down to the 25, looking for the winger King. King still going, and King inside the 25.
Thornett.
Clark. And Shoebottom coming through with Bishop. The ball going very close to the line. Bishop's very close to Sims. Who'll win? Bishop is over. No. Play recalled. Play recalled back to the previous infringement. It was fairly obviously, I thought, a knock-on, but play has been recalled for a scrum just out. Just over 10 minutes to go. Australia 20, Great Britain 10. Smith. This is fullback Sims. And here's an exchange at Shoebottom, the Great Britain centre.
Distance that they had to travel.
And Great Britain winning the dive for the ball. Here's French to Bishop. Right on the Australian 25. French. Clark. Now number 18, Ashcroft, the hooker, but the whistle's gone. Ashcroft scoring a magnificent try after the whistle had gone.
3 or 4 Australians ready to attack. Not enough Englishmen. Or
Branson out to Langlands. Langlands getting through over halfway, looking for outfield support. Langlands through the tackle, back to Raper. Raper has support with him. It's Greaves, and Greaves going out to Rhodes. Rhodes can't. And looking for Langlands again. Langlands goes for the corner. Through Sullivan. Back to no knock on. Knock on by number 5. That was Johnny King coming right across on this wing. Well, Australia. And Beetson on this side. You may have seen that. He threw a sharp right at one of the England forwards. But here's Sullivan. Sullivan was in touch. And the scrum to go down again right on halfway. Clean heel to Australia. There's Branson. Chance for an intercept. No, it's Greaves now. Now Smith. Smith up to halfway to King. King down to the fullback only in front. And King almost through the fullback, but a nice ankle tackle by Risman. It's Branson to Wittenberg, number 11. And Wittenberg to Raper, and Raper will score. Raper will score himself. Yes, a great try to Raper. The team captain, Johnny Raper, coming through to score that try, taking the pass from the front row forward, Wittenberg. Australia 23, Great Britain 10. The kick to come.
He's been very confident. But to be honest, there hasn't been any really difficult one.
Smith, Beetson. Beetson up to halfway. Still going, has support outside. It's Greaves. But a penalty going, I'd say, for shepherding. There's a bit of... It's French. Watson. Watson getting through the attack, has French outside and support. Here's French now. And nobody with French. Watson. Long pass to Clark, over to Bishop. Bishop inside the 25. And play on, that's Greaves breaking away, has Rhodes in support, but the referee's whistle has gone again. Raper packing into the second row, and Coote standing off the pack, and here's the hooter as Bishop goes the blind side to Sullivan. Sullivan almost the 25, and this should end the match as Sullivan goes down. And the first match in the 1968 World Championship Rugby League Series has resulted in a win for Australia, a clear win by 15 points. The scorers for Australia: tries by Coote, Smith and Raper. Sims kicked 10 goals, or rather Sims kicked 8 goals. So, Sims 8 goals, 3 tries and 8 goals. And for Great Britain, they're 10 points, 2 tries, 1 each to Brooke and Sullivan. Risman, 2 goals. The scrums went to Australia 15 to 12. The penalties were awarded to Australia 15, awarded to Great Britain 8. Sims